Welcome guys, today we're going to talk about the secret. If you apply the secret in life, you create a lot more happiness, joy, bliss, and a sense of feeling fulfilled in life. Now this secret is also going to help you to clear up your mind and give you a lot of more peace of mind. So if currently in your life you feel many times stress, you feel many times anxiety, you feel many times irritated, or you have a lot of anger and hate inside of you, you want to pay very close attention, because this secret will completely change your life. It will bring you to a part of a lot more joy, happiness, and sense of peace, inner peace. This secret actually, once I learned about it, completely changed my life. And since that moment I can clear up a lot of the anger, the frustration, irritation I had in my life, and have a lot more peace of mind. So that's why I want to share it with you today. So write this down, because this secret you really want to pay attention. Write this down. What is the secret? The secret is stop labeling things as disliking them. What do I mean? Well, in life we accumulate many dislikes through negative experiences, and we accumulate dislikes through our environment, the programming of our parents, the programming of our society. They also put a lot of dislikes that we start accepting and disliking them. I'm going to give you a simple example. One is, you could have eaten salmon in your life, and suddenly after eating that salmon you got a very bad food poisoning. This is something, what happens is after you've had that experience, the next time when you eat salmon, suddenly you feel like you don't like it, and you start labeling, oh no, I don't like salmon, I don't want that anymore. So that's a dislike. Another example could be that you used to have a relationship, or you've been married and you had a very bad experience with a man, and after that divorce you feel like you don't like men, you dislike men because of that experience, or you dislike women. Either way. Another example is, for each time when you are in a traffic jam, you feel like, oh, I hate traffic jam, I really don't like it. This is an example of labeling things as a dislike. Another example could be you don't like noisy environments. For example, you had a very strong headache one time because it was a very noisy environment, and after that you feel like you dislike noisy environments. So what happens is, through all these negative experiences in life, we are accumulating all these dislikes. We're labeling things as we don't like them. Now, does that mean that these experiences are pleasant? No, I don't say that. But we can change our mindset, how we perceive them. If we change them from disliking them to liking them or being neutral, we will have more sense of peace. And next time when this thing pops up, for example, traffic jam, you cannot avoid it. It will come up many more times. But if you say, I dislike traffic jam, each time when you're in traffic jam, you feel irritated and you feel angry. Same is an example with all the other things. So the disliking is something we compound in our life. So, because negative experiences are part of life, it's something we cannot avoid. We're gonna have a lot of negative experience. It's not something that you completely can avoid. Even you think very positive and you want to attract only positive things in life, you're still gonna have some moments that are gonna be unpleasant. So how do you deal with this? Now, first thing you have to know is, if you keep compounding them, you will end up like most people you see, a lot of old people. You will see many of old people are very unhappy in life, they feel very angry about life, they feel like they hate the world, and they start closing themselves for the world. They start hiding away from the world because they dislike so many things in the world. And on the other side, you also see old people who are very happy. Now, these people who are old and happy, they learned to stop disliking things and just focusing on liking things or seeing things as neutral. So this is the first thing you have to know. Disliking compounds. So the more you dislike, eventually you will not like anything anymore, because you dislike this today, dislike that tomorrow, and after 365 days you dislike many more things, and then after 10, 12 years, 50 years, you start disliking everything, because with everything you had one time a bad experience. So this is the first thing to know. Next, you have to know this is like a virus in the mind. It starts compounding. And you have to also know that you are being programmed with dislikes. Many things in our culture or our society, we've been told, okay, this is bad, or this is not good. This is good and this is bad. This has been programmed into your mind. So many of our dislikes are also not through our negative experiences, but these are to negative experience our parents used to have or the grandparents used to have, and they programmed them into us. Now all of these dislikes, after a time, they create a lot of turbulence in the mind, they create a lot of resistance, because the more you resist, the more something persists and the less peace of mind you have. So what I want you to do is today after this video, is I want you to make a list of all the things in life that you dislike, all the small little things that you feel irritated about, or you don't like, or you hate, or you feel unpleasant. You write them all down, and then next to that you write down how can you like this thing, how can you learn to like this dislike. Because the reality is that through any negative experience in life, through any negative moment in life, you can learn something. I always believe that a negative experience is actually a present in a bad wrapping. So if we take out the wrapping and we start looking, okay, what can I learn from this experience? You will start seeing that from this negative experience you grow, you learned something, you made something better. So this is something you want to do. You want to write down all the dislikes, and then how can you learn to like it, and what did you learn from the experience. So at least you can either make it neutral in your mind, or you can make it a like. Very powerful concept. Now next to that, you want to know that some people say, yeah, but disliking is a motivator. If I'm not happy about my body, and I say to myself, look in the mirror and I feel like I'm not happy about my body, I will be driven to take action, to go to the gym. And yes, you are absolutely right. Pain is a very strong motivator. The reality is we are motivated by two things, either through pain or through pleasure. Now my question is, what do you want to use as a motivator most of the time in your life? Most people choose pain because they are mostly motivated when it's too late, when they feel really, really bad about themselves, then they're motivated to change something. But it doesn't make you happy. Most of the time you feel miserable because each time you need pain to be motivated. So another motivator which is much more powerful and more happy and more joyful is using the motivator of pleasure. So what you learn to do, for example, yes, if you look in the mirror and you know you're not in your best shape, you just say to yourself, hey, I love you, and maybe you're not in your best shape of your life, but I really, really love you, and we're going to do something about it, and we're going to make you in the best shape of your life. So you can turn any situation and motivate and inspire yourself. You don't need to have pain. So this is a choice you make. But once you learn this like and dislike, and you stop labeling things, or this is not pleasant, or this is not like, and you stop complaining about things, because each time when you complain to somebody about somebody else or about a certain situation, what you're doing is you're actually saying, I dislike this. And what happens is, you have to realize each time when you complain and you dislike, you are actually sending negative energy to the person or to the situation. Now the universe works very interesting, because each time when you do that, you send that negative energy, guess what? It comes back to you. It's like whatever you send out comes back to you. So each time you complain, you dislike something, it comes back to you, and you feel turbulence, you feel stressed, you feel irritated. Why? Because it just came back to you. So if you stop labeling things as disliking, and you stop labeling people, oh, I don't like this people, I don't like that person. If you let go of all of that and you stop labeling all these things, you will suddenly realize that suddenly your mind becomes very peaceful. Because these dislikes work like a virus. Once you give your mind some dislike, it builds momentum up from there. But if you change that dislike to a like, or you make it neutral, suddenly there becomes peace, you feel more joyful, you feel more happy, because each time when these things comes up, you have a total different view about it. Everything changes. Very, very powerful concept. So please take your time today to just make this list of all the irritations, all the dislikes that you have in your life, and see how you can make them a like. What did you learn from them? And make them a neutral. It will completely transform your life. Remember, we love you, you are special, you are gifted, and you can make this world a better place. I thank you for your time today, and have a wonderful day.